10 years down the line, we're still girlfriend, but this time you want to be a wife, you want to have children, you want to have all of these things, but you haven't voiced it, you know? And I feel like if you leave it to a man, especially a man that has options, he will play around and do whatever he needs to do.
They're Black Season 2, 1, take 1.
Hi, I'm Tony Mack, director, filmmaker and storyteller. Last season, we started conversations around love, healing and transparency within our community. Now let's delve deeper and continue this discourse with some new and amazing voices. This is Dating Black.
It's so love, 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 it's so love.
Do you think there should be an expiration date on dating?
Yes.
Oh yeah, but you both have to communicate that.
Yes.
But when is that?
I'm not being with someone more than 3 years before a ring. That's my cut.
Yeah, but okay. I'm thinking of the time between dating and then girlfriend and boyfriend.
Oh, 6 months.
Yes and no. Yes, in a sense where you know where it's going, and by this time, so that you're like, okay, well, if it's not where I want it to be at this particular time, I can either go on or we can explore different options, etc. And no, because everything happens in its own time.
When those conversations are had, then it kind of stages the dating period, the talking period. A lot of us, we're just going by what men are saying.
Yeah.
And then 10 years down the line, we're still girlfriend, but this time you want to be a wife, you want to have children, you want to have all of these things, but you haven't voiced it, you know? And I feel like if you leave it to a man, especially a man that has options, he will play around and do whatever he needs to do.
6 months?
Absolutely.
Really?
Men know what they want. When they see you, apparently so. They say men know what they want within 5 minutes of having a conversation. They know what they want to do with you. They're logical thinkers. It doesn't take them that long.
Yeah.
I think anyway. I'm not a man, so don't kill me.
Maybe I have commitment issues.
I think after what do you think, 6 months?
6 months, yeah. From 6 months, you should
even
know.
that's a bit long, you know. But
I feel that too. I feel like,
I think that's a bit long,
let's
but
just go
for
with
the
6
sake
months,
of the
right?
slow London love.
By 6 months, you should know. You should know where this is going. Shall we carry on? Should we cut it off?
If you're here for a good time or a long time, tell me. And if you're here for a long time, by this time, we need to stop this dating thing and make it something. Because if it's not that, then I'm out.
I think there should be an expiration date on it.
Okay.
Because I do believe in marriage and I would want to at some point.
I feel like no one believes in marriage anymore.
Really?
I do.
No, I do believe in marriage.
I used to be like that though, and I don't necessarily feel like there needs to be an expiration date. So whilst you've got my interest, you've got my interest. I'm not about to be like, well, it's 6 months. You haven't asked me to be your girlfriend. The interest is over, because that's just a front. It's just, who are we kidding? Because I'm still thinking about you, even with an ex-man. I can't get you out of my head.
Do you know how frustrating that is?
Do you know how frustrating it is? Do you know the prayers I've said? God, I'm your child. Don't let me like him.
But okay, what is your cut-off?
Actually, yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. Because maybe I can date someone for a year, but then it's because I don't want them to be my boyfriend. But then if I'm dating you and I'm like, okay, no, you need to be my man. So I'll be thinking, yeah, this can last 3 months. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, well, I don't like you no more. It could be 100 years. I feel how I feel. When I stop feeling like that, I stop feeling like that. But I will, because then I'm not mad about it. I'm cool. It is what it is. You're not ready. I'm off. I'm dating. You better hope I don't like someone more than I like you.
But my last relationship, we were just going along with the flow, and then a year later, we ended up in a relationship. There weren't any pressure. It just felt great.
A year?
I feel like now that's the narrative. I like you, so still not gonna be because I feel like a lot of us don't want to feel how we feel. I damn near love you. What do you want? It doesn't matter.
No, it's actually peak.
It's not. I don't care if I care about you.
Is love the most important thing in a relationship?
You need to stop looking at me.
No.
It's not?
No.
You're going to say finances. Yeah.
I believe, yeah. But then obviously, say if you're married 20 years, a lot more comes into play. But I think love will always be the foundation and the glue that holds you guys together.
Love is not the most important thing.
What is?
Compatibility.
Okay.
Patience.
True.
Endurance.
No, pick
Love
one.
is just a foundation. It's
True.
not the most important thing. It doesn't.
100% is the foundation, but that's why I think it's the most important.
Nah. Love ain't that important. Respect is important. Like, there's gonna be moments when love is lost.
Love is a
How are we
factor.
going to stay on track?
I think compatibility, actually wanting to be in the relationship. So many things are important in a relationship. If I love you and you don't want children, and I really do, is the love gonna, like, because someone's gonna lack.
I live in a fairy tale world where I'm like, oh my God, like I want that Disney love story. But then I've had family members that are like, that's not realistic. And I'm like, well, maybe in your world it isn't realistic. But in my world, I want Prince Charming on a horse, like running to come and get me. Do you know what I mean?
There's so much more that goes into a relationship than just love. Love is lovely, it's amazing. Woohoo, great.
Together.
Right, but now what else?
Okay, do you know what? I agree. Love is the most important thing, but love is not enough.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Love shouldn't hold you into a toxic situation where you end up staying out of love, but it should always kind of be able to help you guys put your pride aside and to talk about things.
So what are your thoughts on labels and do they matter?
Relationship labels, yeah, it's important.
I mean, I don't want to be 50 and being introduced as your
vibes in.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Dating to me is not a title, it's just a status. It's like where I am at this stage, this is what I'm actively doing, but I'm not in anything. And so if I'm with a guy and he doesn't want me seeing anybody else, you're going to have to put that title there. I'm only going to probably probe the conversation once or twice and then I'm not doing it anymore because I'm going to take the hint.
In the UK living, I think labels are important. Like it establishes you two as like a couple and where you're standing or like at what period you are in your relationship. But then obviously on the flip side, it's like where my background as well, I would say it is important because once you kind of go public with someone, everyone knows like it's just you two. Or once you mention it to someone, everyone knows, okay, like it's exclusive.
I used to think that marriage meant security, but I now know that is not true.
No.
When I do get to that place where I'm intentional, I want someone who's also intentional. I don't want it to just be like, oh, we're going with the flow. We're just seeing how it goes. No.
If I have to ask where this is going and what you want, it'd take a really intense situation for me to be like, every 5 days, like, where's this going, if that makes sense. After a while, I'm going to assume that you're okay with where it is.
I feel like we need to put labels on these things because then it just sort of like fades away any confusion. And like, I feel like why are we so content with being in situationships?
I think people like toxicity.
They really do.
I think they do.
Social media is literally like endorsing that as well. Like toxic relationships, situationships, side chick, like all of that is just too much, you know? Like I feel like labels are very important. So then at least we know where we stand, you know?
What are your main deal breakers?
You go first.
Go on. You're breathing.
No, because I think that's a problem that I should have a list, innit?
Where do I start? First of all, your height. It's a deal breaker, chill. I'm sorry, it's a deal breaker. It's a big deal breaker. If you're not like financially stable, it's a deal breaker.
You have to be working. You have to believe in God. A good relationship with mum or dad.
It's not about the moral high ground, but I want to know that no one's coming for you. Like, you don't have beef. Like, at this age, I don't want to hear about some crazy beef that you have. It's just a bit strange. It's odd.
I can't, like, if you're not kind, see you later. I like a very romantic and kind man. So if you're not that, I'm out. Same with women. If you're not gentle with me, I've dated women that's like, girl, do you hate me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, did I do something to you?
Yeah.
Maybe like your relationship with your family, that I feel like to me that's a big deal. Obviously circumstantial, like if you like don't have a relationship with your family because of X, Y, and Z. But if, for example, like I see things like how you treat your family, if you treat them in a negative way, and if you're rude to them, that's a deal breaker to me.
For me, if you're homophobic, transphobic, all of those things that's not progressive in a sense where you can't see the world outside of your bubble, it ain't gonna work. Because the life that we're living right now, I need to find someone that's willing to learn, unlearn, and grow.
A guy that won't let me be big without feeling like I'm being too much. Like, I do find that depending on who I'm dealing with, Sometimes a guy can even feel like you're being disrespectful if you articulate yourself well.
Do you guys think you have commitment issues? Not me looking at you like that.
Yeah, because you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I definitely do.
I think I used to have commitment issues. I just think because I've rediscovered myself, and so I feel like not so much now. I feel like your trauma and your past experiences will always kind of like have an effect on your your level of commitment, or if you can commit. But I think no, I feel a little bit maybe. I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit.
And it's something that I recognize, I would say in like the last 2 years, I'm like, damn, why am I always on the run? Why are you running? Literally. Why are you running, sis?
Why are you running?
I don't know, I'm scared. People scare me. Boys scare me. As much as I love them, don't get twisted. I'll be like, I don't like boys. And I'm like, who's he? Oh my God, he's cute.
I don't think I do.
Nah, man, I can commit
Yeah.
if you get me there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, once I get to that stage,
Yeah,
I don't actually even see any, it's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
tunnel
I actually don't
vision.
even see anyone else. I'm like, oh my God, that's my person. That's it. That's my person. And
Until you mess up. But you're my person.
until you mess up and then I see 20 people at the same time, it's mad.
I don't know. I'm scared to be vulnerable, I think. I think I will get there with the right person.
I don't think I've got commitment issues. No. I think I just know what I want to commit to now.
Okay.
I'm lying.
Have you ever dated someone with kids? What are your thoughts on this?
I haven't. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like I wouldn't run away from it like I run away from everything in life, clearly.
Have you?
No, I haven't actually.
You haven't?
No, I haven't, but I'm open to it. I'm not against it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I haven't had any issues so far. I don't particularly like to date people with kids. So
Do you not?
No.
I thought you would have wanted to.
No, I'm not interested in people with kids. I mean, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Like, I would, if someone has kids, singular, I will be open to dating them.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I love kids. I feel like kids are like little angels that God has sent like on planet Earth. Do you know what I mean? They're the only innocent thing in this world that needs protecting. So it's not necessarily like I'd be looking at a child like, oh my God. But like you have to process that whole situation because it's a person that comes with like person or little people.
But like my experience while dating with kids it's actually been quite fine. Like the majority of the guys I've dated, I'm very open that I have a child. Like if a guy approaches me, even if I'm not going to pick up my daughter, I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to pick up my daughter. So it's there, do you know what I mean? Like it's the awkwardness is out of the way. You know I have a kid now, so you can decide what you want to do moving forward.
I used to swear I'd never date a guy with kids. And then I met this guy. I was like, do you have children? He was just like, yeah, I've got a child. I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to take you seriously. We can go on a date, you're cute. Like, it turned out that he had 2 kids. And I was like, well, we definitely ain't going nowhere. He was super, super nice. But what I ended up liking the most about him was his relationship with his kids.
Yeah, it is very attractive.
I just thought, okay, well, worst way, it doesn't work and I have his baby. My child's getting looked after.
My husband has got a child. He's got a child previous to he and I settling down, and that experience wasn't a nice experience. Like, so I always tell my sisters, date somebody who's got no children.
So you wouldn't feel the type of way with like having to like step up to be stepmom?
No, I feel like it will give me a good idea of what kind of parent you'll be to mine.
True. Oh
So
my God, yes.
I've got an in. Do you get it?
That's it.
Right.
There's a lot of emotions that come with dating someone that has a child, and it's not always nice, you know, and I would want for them to experience that. That's a life-changing thing, and I would want them to go through it for the first time with their husband. So yeah, I always tell them, like, do not do it.
Every Friday, he'd pick them up. Most men don't want their kids on the weekend because they're outside. He'd have his kids, he'd take them swimming, he'd phone his daughter like, what's going on? Like, what's school saying? He really cared. I wanted to be his child. Like,
I don't think every situation's the same though. I think
No, absolutely not. I mean, mine wasn't exactly like toxic, like, but it's the emotions that come with it. Just knowing that he has already got a child before it's just the emotions behind it. Like, it's it's not always lovely.
Do you believe in love languages, and what are yours?
Oh my God, yes, I do.
I believe in love languages. Yeah, definitely. Everyone should take that test.
Every guy like that I've dated, I've always sent them the test. And I'm like, tell me the answers.
Now the whole world's gonna know what my love languages are. Damn, I wanted to keep this a secret for as long as I could.
My love language is words of affirmation. So I always need validating, I always need reminding. And I love that stuff. Like,
I'm so bad at giving words of affirmation.
yeah, I don't do it, but I like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me you want me.
I believe in love languages, but I don't play them too much mind.
Oh, okay.
I do feel like, depending on who I'm with, I'll kind of look out for what they like, but I don't really feel like I'm someone that's like, my love language is this.
I think also people need to like think of it in a view of, okay, I like to receive love this way and I like to give love this way.
Yeah.
Do you like to receive the love that I'm giving this way? If it's wrong, let me go back to the drawing board and change that up.
So my biggest one is words of affirmation, which I think is really rare. I don't really meet people who are big on words of affirmation, but ever since I was a kid, like when teachers would tell me, oh my God, well done, like you did really good, like it would just do something for my soul. So growing up, it was a bit hard because I learned that people actually don't mean what they say. So it's just been hard to don't believe everything. So it's almost like it's my love language, but I've had to just like tone her down so much.
So with some guys, it would just be like, they're big on words of affirmation, like I know where I stand with them. With another guy, it might just be like, if I see him, he'll be like, you're right. And until we're intimate, it's not that. But there'll be another guy that in his presence, we're in each other's space like that.
I love cooking for people when they deserve it. I know I talk about mummy's boys a lot, but I actually do like to take care of like my man.
So acts of service.
Acts of service. And then I like to receive love in quality time is my biggest one.
I know what the love languages are, but I can't say that this is mine. I just need to know that the vibe is there. Preferably all of them at once, intensely on my head.
Wow. I love that.
I love it when people talk nice to me, like talk sweet. I'm like, yeah. I'm blushing just sitting here thinking about it.
What do you love about dating black men in the UK?
Nothing.
I'll ask again.
It's so much.
I'm so happy.
I like their bands. I love UK mandom's bands. Like, I really
Well,
do.
sometimes like you just get each other's jokes. You just because
Yeah,
you can
I
relate.
like it. I like the common references.
Yeah.
I've always thought this was really impressive. It's impressive if anyone does it. But the way that mandem could commit to gym.
I just love black men. I love being black myself. So for me, it's an extension of myself. And I know that one day I'm going to have black children.
I think I love the comfortability of not having to explain certain things, which is it's crazy because typically I don't date in my own culture. Do you know what I mean? I date, like I said, Nigerians, but I'm also learning so much about Nigerian culture, and I love learning those things, and I love being comfortable enough to be able to explain those things to somebody who's more than likely going to understand it first time around me explaining it.
I love that, like, I can't relate to anyone like how I relate to black males. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is, I don't know if it's to do with traumas, our history, where we've come from, how our cultures, like, it's so weird, but like, you could be from like the west side of Africa, but the East we'd be relating to.
I love when men do this in general, but I love when they get nerdy about a passion. Like, I love how like they will go from, oh man, I'm down and out, to me and my boy, we all put money together to do this, and now they're doing events or they're buying properties or whatever. I love how like when they have a goal, it feels like nothing, because I think it's so attractive. I think that's a really beautiful thing.
Do you know what? Yeah, my black men in the UK, I love the accent. That's what I love. I do. I love the fact that we can like the yo, what's good. That might be a bit toxic, but I actually love it.
I think I love how black men like to hustle. Like, it's definitely something to try and emulate when you see it.
I love feeling safe in my community. I love feeling...
Once they're moving safe. I love it. When they're moving safe.
When they're moving safe. I love feeling it. I don't know. And I just love the prospect of having beautiful black babies.
They have upped their game.
Yeah.
Like, it's not cringy. It's like, their game is up there, I feel like.
I just love everything about black men. I love, where we've come from, where we're going, our strength, our courage. And what a great time to be alive and be black.
I'm like, I don't know, like I'm just big on like, I want to love my black males and support them and like do whatever I can to like make sure that they are constantly having like their flowers given to them and like their light is shone on them.
Even like black men in the UK, they really take care of themselves.
Yeah.
They really do. I love that, Like, you go out, like, you're going to a little DLT, whatever, they're dressed nice and they smell good.
And I also just love the way that they look in the sun. Have you seen? Jesus. The way black men look in the sun. It's like you're glowing. Oh.
Sun-kissed.
I feel like when black men are mentally in a good space, doing well, I think they're A1. Like, I don't think it gets better.
Just speaking to black women, sometimes they don't feel wanted by all the races, let alone black males.
I need a babes that understands, like, I'm not gonna get her name tatted. I've got Tottenham Hotspur.
Let a guy come and tell you, yeah, man, I think you're amazing, but honestly, I'm really just trying to have sex, mate. You know what I mean?
All right. I'll just go and firm it afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Damn, girl, what kind of streets are you from?